Hey everybody, I'm Evan.
I'm Missy.
And I'm Grayson.
And today we are going to present to you our top 15 Reiner Knizia games. These are 15 games, with one exception, that we have kept in our collection. There are many other games that we've played, but these are the ones that are worthy for our collection.
Well, let's get started.
Starting off the list at number 15, we have Looting London. So we have this tiny little travel edition of the game. I know that it was published in a bigger box at some point, but this one is just a deck of cards. However, travel edition might be a bit deceiving since it does take up quite a bit of space on the table. So in Looting London, the theme is you are investigators trying to figure out who stole all of these artifacts and where they stole it from. That theme is pretty much brought in by the players because it's just a card game where you are using sets of cards to get point cards, kind of working your way up through this grid to the top, which solves the crime and gets you points. The trick about it is one of the crimes will not get solved. So if you were going for that one and someone else finishes another one first, then that one will not score. I think Looting London is a super clever, simple set collection type game, and that is why it is our number 15.
Our number 14 is Money. And in this game, you are collecting sets of different currencies, but you better have over $200 of whatever currency you got, or you're going to be hit with those bank fees and get a negative. This one is really fun because you have to use cards in your hand to bid for other cards that are out on the table. And you might be wanting that stack. Oh my gosh, I need these cards. And then somebody else takes it. But then they might have put down an even better stack that you could take theirs now. And it's just a lot of fun. And we have this old version, but All Play has a new shiny version. And Money is our number 14.
Our number 13 is My City. So we don't actually own this one, but we still played through the entire game, so it's on our list. My City is a game where basically you just lay down tiles to create a city and trying to score as many points as possible. It is also a legacy game, so we played through it a lot of times. Basically, yeah, you just place down the tiles, you create a city, like, over time, there becomes more and more factors where you have to, like, place them next to each other to get more points, or, like, there was all sorts of stuff. So, basically, I found it really fun because it's a simple tile laying game, and it's pretty fun, in my opinion. And that's why My City is our number 13.
Our number 12 is Dead Man's Treasure. This is a pirate-themed treasure hunting game where there is a section of islands, like island tiles, spread out in a circle. And players take turns placing cards face down on top of those tiles because they each have different values of treasure scattered about them. And as soon as a player places a card after that, the one that was previously placed gets face up, so you can see the strength. And then at the end of the game, you compare all of the strengths that are on the islands, and those are the people that win the treasures. The funny part is everyone gets a cannon, and if that cannon is ever flipped up, that destroys the cannon and the person who placed the card there. So it's always funny when someone is going for a treasure. They think they are placing a high-numbered card to try to win the treasure, and there's a cannon, and they're discarded. It's always funny. And then there are pirates that are kind of walking around, like a good and a bad pirate, that are walking around the island. When they get back to their starting spots, that is the end of the game. I think this is a super quick-playing, clever game that is a lot of fun, trying to outguess your opponents on which treasures they're going for, and are they going to sabotage it before you get to it. We have this interesting Pirates of the Caribbean a rip-off art version. But regardless, this is a great game. That is why Dead Man's Treasure is our number 12.
Our number 11 is pollen. In this game, you are laying down tiles to collect bees, beetles, and butterflies. It's a really thinky game where you need to put down so you can collect those, and you don't want your opponents to get them, and you don't want to give them points, so it's hard, and you're like, oh, I need to put this there, but that's going to do that, no. And so, yeah, you got to think about it, but yeah. And then whoever has the most is the only one who scores those bees, beetles, or butterflies. So another think is like, oh, I have to give this up because there's no way I can have the most. So, like I said, it's a thinky, fun little tile laying game, and we have the shiny version from All Play. And that's why it's our number 11.
Our number 10 is Ra. So Ra is a game where you're auctioning for tiles so that you can collect sets and stuff to get points. So basically, on your turn you either like draw a bag to to put tiles out on the board, or you could invoke Ra, which is basically just to like start an auction to bid off. But you have these three basically numbered tiles in front of you that have really goofy numbers like 13, 7, or like 2, and basically that's how high it is to bid. So the higher it is, the better. And basically you want to collect like sets of stuff, or like have the most of stuff. There's a bunch of different point scoring stuff. I found it fun. It was funny to like when you invoke Ra and then you have to bid for stuff. There's also like disaster tiles where like if you get them you have to like discard stuff, so that's fun too. It's a fun just auction game. It's pretty popular too. And that's why Ra is our number 10.
Our number 9 is this push your luck dice game from Japan called Tatari. This is a game where you are rolling dice, and every time you roll the dice, you have to take all of one face that is showing. And if you ever can't take any, your round is over and you've busted. So the theme is there are cursed dolls everywhere, and you are trying to drop them off at temples. So if you roll numbers that are a certain number, you can drop them off at a specific temple. And then if you roll high enough numbers, you can cleanse them at the main temple, and they will never come back. Because if you bust, they will be dispersed among the players. So I think thematically this one is a heck of a lot of fun, where you are trying to get rid of these cursed dolls and they keep following you back home. And there's ways to like give dolls to other players, and the first person to cleanse their life of all of these cursed dolls is the winner. I think this is a fantastic game, especially if you like dice rolling games with a very creepy type theme. So that's why Tatari is our number 9.
Our number 8 is Monarchy NECA Collection, and oh my goodness, this game has the most adorable cat meeples you have ever seen. In this one, you are getting poker hands to try to win the cats on the pillow. There are 3 tables that have cats on pillows, and they're all different colors, and you want a collection of colors, and they all have different things. Some of them are holding tuna cans, some of them are holding lucky coins, and if you can match those to what's under the pillow, they'll get you extra points. It's just super fun, quick, and cute, and it's really a lot of fun, and I love it. And that's why Monarchy NECA Collection, or Lucky Cat Collection, is our number 8.
Our number 7 is Space Worm. Space Worm is a game that's inspired by Snake. Basically, it's a roll and write where so the first person like rolls their dice, and then basically everyone drafts it to basically just draw the number that is on the dice. So like you draw like 4 down, 4 left, 4 right, or like 1 down, 1 up, or whatever. And then basically you are going around trying to eat the fruits, or like also eat the planets. That's a big thing. So that you can get points, and so you eat the planets so that you don't get negative points. There's also a bunch of different variations where there's like portals and all sorts of stuff. So it's very simple. I liked it. because I think it's a really fun game because it's like it's interesting because it's a different like it's like a twist on Snake in like a board game form, which is really interesting. It's also extremely rare because like apparently the publishing company like was going out of business like when the game was being published, so like you can't, just no way of getting it anymore at all. That's why Space Worm is our number 7.
Our number 6 is this classic card game, High Society. This one has been around forever. This is a game where you are the nouveau riche and you are spending money on frivolous things. However, if you spend too much money, you are completely out of the game. This is another sort of bidding game where you're bidding to take these items or bidding to not take the bad items. It is a classic game for a reason. It is a lot of fun. It plays so smoothly, and it's always fun trying to stick people with these negative points. Sometimes I end up with almost nothing, or I'm out of the game, and I still have a great time playing it. High Society is a great game. That is why it is our number 6 Knizia game of all time.
Our number 5 is City of the Living, and we are under a zombie attack. In this game, you need to increase the cooperation and the security of your settlement by buying different tiles that make it a balancing act of what you can do. A lot of the cheaper tiles have downsides to one or the other, and the best ones are going to cost a lot of oil. So maybe you need to get that up too. And if you go up the scavenger track, they'll make it a little bit cheaper anyway. And sometimes your opponents are going to buy that tile that you absolutely needed right out from under you. And it becomes a thinky, tough way to get those points and get that oil. And it's a lot of fun. And that's why City of the Living is our number 5.
Our number 4 is Nightmare Productions. Nightmare Productions is a game where you're trying to make the best movies. Basically, you go down a track, which is basically a year that basically represents a year, and basically you auction off for like monsters, music producers, sets, weapons, all sorts of stuff to create your own horror movie. So basically, you go down, auction, get stuff, and then you put them in the spots to make a movie, and then once the movie's completed, it gets a score, and then can win awards like First Blue Movie, Best Movie of the Year, Worst Movie. And I find it's really fun. Also, basically, so the money never increases so how it works is that you bid the money, and then the money gets split between the people who didn't win the bid. So if you bid 9, and there's 3 other players, they each get 3. But basically, so there's no more money than everyone starts with. So it just keeps circulating the same amount of money. And yeah, that's it. That's why Nightmare Productions is our number 4.
And our number 3 Reiner Knizia game of all time is Wiener Walzer. This is a game, a pretty simple tile laying game, where you are trying to dance with the most desirable dance partners and eat the food off the floor. I think this is a very clever game that is simple, but it has interesting decisions, and you're always trying to make the best one, even if you can't.
Well, I mean, you try to get some points if you can't get the best.
Yes, sure.
It also has the word wiener in it.
Grayson.
So I think this is a super clever game. I think it kind of encapsulates Reiner Knizia's design style, where mechanically it's pretty simple, but when they throw this type of theme on it and the players have a good time with it, I think it really elevates the experience. So that is why Wiener Walzer, or Vienna Ball, is our number 3 game of all time.
Wiener Walzer. Our number 2 is Trendy. Trendy is a game, it's a very simple card game where basically you just place down the cards that has numbers on them, and then basically when that amount of numbers have been played down, you score points. It's extremely simple, but it's like really fun. You just place it down. There's also these out cards that make it so that all the cards of a certain number just instantly get discarded. And also when a card scores, all the other cards get discarded.
Yeah, it's my favorite, actually, of all of them, so...
Yeah, I think this is another one of these super simple games that has a lot of cleverness to it, because there's the decision of, okay, so a lot of people are playing a certain number. I didn't want to score that number, but now I might have to throw a number on the table so I can get at least some score off of, if everyone's putting down 6s, but you wanted to play 3s, maybe not everyone's going to be on board with that. So, there's a lot of cleverness, a lot of tension, and with the fashion theme, again, it elevates the whole experience because it kind of brings, the players can bring that theme to life in like one of the most simple card games of all time.
Absolutely.
And that's why Trendy is our number 2.
Okay, and our number 1 Reiner Knizia game is Lost Cities, the card game. It is a game that can be very mean. It's a 2-player card game where you're just holding your cards in your hand. You're trying to collect those sets and get the most points at the end of 3 rounds, but it's not always easy.
Yeah, so the trick to this game is if you start playing cards, you're automatically in the negatives. So sometimes you're making that gamble where I think I can possibly maybe draw more of this color, and if I don't, or the opposite player is holding on to them, I'm in a lot of trouble.
I'm not giving you those cards.
It's a really fun game, and it's got a lot of like strategy with just holding out cards from other people, and also like trying to see if you want to play down the multiplier cards. That makes it so that you get even more negatives, but if you get into the positives, you get even more positives.
So true. I think this might be one of the greatest 2-player only card games of all time.
Absolutely. It's really fun. I'm always down to play it. And that's why it's our number 1 Reiner Knizia game.
And that wraps up our top 15 Reiner Knizia games of all time. He has designed over 800 games, and 15 is just such a drop in the bucket. So many fantastic games, but again, these are the ones that are worthy to be in our collection.
I mean, when you make 800 games, there's bound to be some good ones, but there's also bound to be some not so great ones.
Well, we're not talking about those today.
We're talking about the great ones.
Yes, these are all great. And in the comments, I'd love to hear what some of your top Reiner Knizia games are. All right, well, that wraps this up. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for joining us in this KNIZIACTOBER month. I hope you enjoyed all these videos. We sure had a great month, and thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Happy KNIZIACTOBER.
KNIZIACTOBER.
KNIZIACTOBER, yeah. Happy KNIZIACTOBER.